right, we live. We live. All right, y'all. How y'all doing? Victory Monday to a lot of you out there. Happy Victory Monday. It's another episode of Post Game Pull Up. I'm of course your host, HOV, and this one won't be a long stream today. Got a lot going on. My son got his first flag football game for his middle school. He playing for his middle school too, as well as his Pop Warner team. So, and then the good guys are playing today, so I got to get ready for that. We got two Monday night football games today, which is the first game is the Jacksonville Jaguars and Buffalo Bills, and the second is the good guys versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Uh, but let's get into you know week three recap. Starting off with last night game. All right, I see y'all falling in here. Salute, salute. Starting with last night game. Hold on one second. Y'all can see the Instagram thumbnail. It's Patrick Mahomes making a passionate kiss to the referees. Now, I had a couple, different pictures that I wanted to post, but all of them wasn't going to fit on the thumbnail, and it wasn't going to look right trying to fit all of them in there. So I went with the best one. And if y'all go on my Instagram story, y'all can see once the game first started, I got a couple clips up when I'm like, man, they starting cheating already. Couple holding calls that didn't get called. What else? It was another penalty that didn't get called. And I'm like, here we go. Here we go. Now, granted, it was just a bad officiating game overall. It was some bad calls that favored the Falcons as well. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the refs always turn a blind eye to the Kansas City Chiefs, and that always determine the outcome of games. I've been preaching about this for over a year now. We done talked about this shit on the channel over and over again. And last night, it was proof right there. Granted, the Falcons still could have won that game. They still had opportunities to win that game, but the penalties didn't help it neither. The pass interference with Kyle Pitts in the end zone, that would have put the ball at the 1 yard line. That was a go-ahead touchdown right there. But let's get into this game, man. Nonetheless, Kansas City Chiefs beating the Atlanta Falcons 22-17 in Atlanta. Sunday Night Football. It was a good game. It was a good game. I felt like, what's going on with Atlanta, man? Like, do whatever coordinator they have do not know how to use Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts? Shit, Drake London finally had a solid game. He had a touchdown. He had like 6 catches for like 60-something yards. But fuck, what the fuck? Y'all don't know how to use Kyle Pitts? This is the fastest tight end in the league. This dude runs a 4.3. You have a wide receiver at tight end and you can't get him the ball? Man, this shit pissed me off. Do they not know who the fuck Bijan Robinson is? This dude had 2 catches last night. Instigator Cuz, what's going on? He had 2 catches. Minus all of the run, the carries he got. That's cool. I'm cool with the amount of carries he got, and I know they gotta feed Tyler Algier too. But damn, dude, this dude can pass. He can be in a pass game too. You can actually line him up at wide receiver 1-on-1 with a linebacker, and he will win that matchup 9 times out of 10. Like, I don't think these dudes understand the personnel that they got, man, because they don't know how to utilize them good. And this shit is pissing me off. It only pissing me off because fantasy purposes, of course, But it's pissing me off to see y'all wasting talent, and then y'all be soon to call these dudes a bust because they're not used properly, because they don't fit to a different type of scheme. Man, fuck that scheme, man. Draw some shit up for you know that to these guys' strengths that'll help you out more, because you're leaving a lot of points out there. You're leaving a lot of possessions out there because y'all doing stupid ass plays based on their running ability, but you're not scheming it up right. Like, who the fuck would run a toss play on that goal line play on 4th and 1? A toss, really? When they playing everybody up on the line, everybody is up on the line. You got your lineman that's ready to bust the middle of the line up because you can't go in the middle of the line because they've been eating all day. And then they got the best defensive tackle in the league, Chris Jones. And then you got fucking, what's my guy named? Nick Bolton, who got about 20 tackles, who been tackling everybody all game. That's all I kept seeing was Nick Bolton, Chris Jones, Nick Bolton. Why the fuck would you run a toss play where this dude can run? He can run like he's a defensive back. He looks like he used to be a defensive back, and they put him at linebacker because he's a hybrid. But he's not afraid to get his nose dirty and go in there and get a tackle. So you will run a toss play. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I would have play action to Bijan, and I would have found Kyle Pitts somewhere. It's a goal line. It ain't too many guys who, you know, who can guard him on the goal line. But nonetheless, let's get into these stats. Patrick Mahomes, 26 for 39, 217, 2 picks, 2 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. That came, that was by, it wasn't Jesse Bates. What's my other guy name? Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons picked him off. Shrimp Life, what's going on? Justin Simmons owned Patrick Mahomes, man, for a minute. Outside of Rashee Rice, dude, they couldn't get nobody else involved. They couldn't get Kelsey involved. Kelsey had about 13 yards the whole first half. Kelsey just ain't been looking like Kelsey, but then again, no tight end been looking like themselves this year. Out of 32 starting tight ends, 64 in total, because everybody uses 12 personnel these days. Some guys even use 13 personnel. So you got all these goddamn tight ends, and only 11 of them got touchdowns overall this season, y'all. 11. None of them got 2 touchdowns, which is crazy. Carson still looks solid. That white boy was running. He looked like white boy version of Isaiah Pacheco. That dude can take a bruising. Like he like contact for sure. 17 carries, 72 yards, 4 yards per carry. Samaje Perine, 6 carries, 25 yards. And Patrick Mahomes went on and had 6 carries for 17 yards. Rashee Rice, 12 catches, 110 yards, 9 yards a catch. That's a first down every time you throwing it to him. And a touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. We had a Juju Smith-Schuster sighting last night. He got him a touchdown. 2 catches, 17 yards, a touchdown. Travis Kelce, 4 catches, 30 yards. Trash. That's not the Travis Swift that we know. That nigga falling off. Is this it? Is this the writing on the wall letting us know that he's falling off? Because he ain't looking like himself, y'all. Kirk Cousins, 20 of 29, 230, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 2 sacks. Bijan Robinson, 16 carries for 31 yards. That's fucking pathetic. Tyler Algier, 7 carries, 32 yards. Ray McLeod, 1 carry, 20 yards, which I thought was a face mask, but then they showed it over and over again, and then old dude grabbed the inside of his shoulder, and that's what swung him back. It wasn't a face mask. I thought it was though, because on the initial look, you see his head turn and you see old boy hand. It looked like it was a clear face mask, but looking over, that was one of my gripes too last night. But then once you look at it, it was inside of his shoulder. You got Drake London. Drake London has 6 catches, 67 yards and a touchdown. Darnell Mooney is the clear-cut number 1 target for Kirk Cousins, obviously, because that's who he kept throwing it to. 8 catches, 66 yards. Kyle Pitts, 2 catches, 59 yards. Almost 30 yards a catch. Bijan Robinson, 2 catches for 17 yards. Like, y'all don't know how to utilize this guy. He went from one bad head coach, coordinator who didn't know how to use him to another, man. If y'all don't know what to do with these guys, trade them. Because y'all wasting talent over there. This was, some would say, a 1-possession game. Some might say a 2-possession game. It was clearly 2 possessions where the Falcons could have went on ahead and kicked field goals and won this game. Had they kicked the field goal the drive prior, they what's going on, Hazer? Or Hazard? Had they kicked the field goal prior, they would have, only been down by what? 2 points. So then that goal line stopped. Just negate the pass interference call that wasn't called. Just say you don't punch it in on that drive. You can kick a field goal now. You up 1. You feel me? That put the pressures on the Chiefs. But I get it. You don't want Patrick Mahomes having the ball that last drive because we already know how that shit gonna go. Either it's gonna be some calls not called, or he gonna chew you the fuck up. Pause. Because we seen this shit over and over again. You don't want to give him the ball with no time left. We get it. So you want to control the ball. You want to control the clock. You want the last possession. You want to go ahead and walk off and win. I get it. That's sometimes you got to be like that with Patrick Mahomes. But take your points, man. They get too wrapped up in this analytics type shit and forgot how to play football and how to win games. You win football games by taking your points. Every 4th down is not going to be converted. You feel me? Every 4th down is not going to be converted. It's hard as fuck to convert on 4th and 1. That's why you see the Eagles got the brotherly shove where you got 3 or 4 guys pushing you in the back when your offensive lineman getting lower than the defensive lineman, and everybody getting pushed over just for that 1 yard. You see how much it take? Yeah, every 2-point attempt it ain't promising either. This shit is hard. Goal line is hard. The goal line, 1 yard is hard. That's why they say football is a game of inches. Pause. Because every inch matters. Everything is not given to you, man. You got to take it. Pause. Again. But yeah. Referees, man. Referees. How many times are we going to see this? Because if the Chiefs supposed to be the best team, then they don't need your help. You can call the obvious. You can call what penalties is committed, but then don't turn a blind eye to it, because we seen last week when Trey Hendrickson is over there rushing Patrick Mahomes, the left tackle got this dude in a chokehold. and the referee is right here. And then he's holding him, he's choking him. Y'all know that's an automatic holding call. And it looked like the referee about to go in his belt. He put his hands up, and the referee don't call it. What the fuck? Like, come on, this not even. You're not even far away. This is 2 feet from you. This from here to here. You damn near part of the play. You damn near blocking him too. This is crazy. I'm tired of seeing it because these are the 3-time Super Bowl champs on a quest to go three-peating, and they getting out these games by the skin of their teeth. And yeah, the first game against the Ravens, it all came down to a call where Isaiah Likely was out of bounds. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, y'all won that one. He was out of bounds. Clearly didn't land in bounds. Y'all got through that game. Last week it was a lot of no calls. It was a lot of bullshit calls. One call, the pass interference call that they called with the defender behind him playing the ball. It got to be some type of body contact if I'm running with you. We going up for the ball, we playing for the ball, I'm going to touch you. Pause. I'm going to touch you. You feel me? But that was called. That determined the game. Right? Now, last night, the biggest call, the Kyle Pitts call. You got this guy with his back turned to you. His back is turned. He's not even playing the ball. He just see Kyle Pitts going for it, and he hugs him. He is hugging him. Not playing the ball, nothing. That's an automatic pass interference, and this coming from a defender. This is automatic pass interference. They will call that call on you 9.5 times out of 10. So how you not call that when the game is on the line? I don't understand it. Oh, hell yeah, Patrick Mahomes get called like MJ did back in the day. That's no question. The best quarterback in the league. Like I said, most of these calls, it's in favor of him. You know, these games is going to be shit to talk about for years to come. You know, barbershop talk. Oh, remember when Patrick Mahomes did this against this team? And, you know, this shit is a part of history. You know how they bring that shit up. Shout out Ace Boy Rios. He said Gardner Minshew needs to be arrested. Man, what happened yesterday, man? Carolina came in and whooped they ass. Golly. I did not see that coming. That wasn't on my bingo card yesterday. I'm like, all right, rare rifle coming back. About to start. It ain't going to help. I mean, it might help a little bit, but they still going to lose. Shit. And they defense played good, too. You know what I'm saying? Fucked all my prize picks and my underdog fantasy. Everything was fucked up. Devontae couldn't get his catches. Zamir White couldn't get his touchdown. Alexander Madison, man, I need to start him in my CBS league because that dude scored every week. And those points that I can use because all these other names ain't giving me shit. But yeah, man, Carolina came in and whooped ass. And look, Pete, Carolina is the only NFC South team that won yesterday. You seen the Falcons lose Sunday night. The Broncos beat the shit out of Tampa Bay. And then the Saints lost to the Eagles yesterday, which I needed the Saints to win. But they choked too. Yeah, man. Let me see. Let me get into these notes real quick before I get into these other games. So, Bo Nix looked great yesterday in the first half. You know, when it's 4 games, I'm watching 4 games on the TV screen, and then I'm watching another 4 on my iPad, just so I can try to keep up. So it's hard to watch every play. But every time I looked up, he was cooking. He was cooking. I'm like, okay. I'm like, they looking like they might get the one today. I'm like, but shit, it's the first half. Let me not get too excited. And I'm like, nah, these niggas running away with this one. I said, I know my nigga Drebo gonna be happy because, Bo Nix got him one. And Bo Nix looked impressive yesterday, man. Shout out to him. Caleb wasn't looking so good in the first half yesterday. With all that hype around him, he's been looking real overrated. But he got him 2 touchdown passes yesterday. He threw 2 picks. But they got another L, man. And he ain't looking too hot. Saints defense was looking just as good as they offense these past 2 weeks. Even though the Eagles was without A.J. Brown for the second game, they was blitzing the shit out of Jalen Hurts. They really couldn't do nothing. They barely got by too, and that's because their defense was just as good as the Saints defense. Kiba said, shout out to my sister Key. Said all our picks was a busy. Yeah, oh, you mean a bus? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but that's how it is, because you don't really know who these teams are the first few weeks. All these teams is learning themselves, and the teams that should be winning are losing, and the teams that's losing should be winning. Did nobody think Carolina was gonna come and do that to the Raiders? Did nobody think the Broncos was gonna do that to the Bucks? We've been seeing the Saints whoop feet. We know it probably wasn't gonna be no 40-point shootout, but we thought they at least beat the Eagles with no A.J. Brown. Look what happened. Dallas and the Ravens was a 50-50 games with all the, Lamar Jackson don't lose to teams in the NFC. And shit, apparently he don't. I think it's one team that beat him? Who else? Yesterday. Texans. Nobody thought the Texans. Shout out to Scrooston. You just in time, Scrooston. Did nobody think the Texans was gonna get their ass whooped by the Vikings like that yesterday? Golly, I'm like, come on, fight back, Texans. I'm always rooting for the Texans. Fight back. The Vikings looking for real, y'all. 3-0. Looking for real. Packers beat the Titans. I'm like, Malik Willis going back to play his old team. I said, it's 2 things. Either he going to whoop feet or he going to get his feet whooped because they know him. They know his weaknesses. Shit. That dude been in the building for 3 minutes and got 2 wins under his belt. And he put on a show yesterday. The Giants beat the Browns yesterday, which was surprising. The Giants looking the way they've been looking so far this season. I'm thinking the Browns is like, all they got to do is play defense. The offense will eventually do some. If they got to kick off field goals, they can beat the Giants. But the defense got to handle the Giants' offense. And Malik Neighbors went crazy on them boys yesterday. Anthony Richardson, he should have stayed in school, man. He should have stayed in school. He's not polished at all. And I know he's young. He only played, 4 games last year. This was his 3rd game in the league. 3rd game this season. So that's 7 games total in the league. But this dude just makes some pretty bad decision making, dog. Hey, he threw a pick on a goal line, and it was like, bro, what was you thinking? You could have ran and dipped a shoulder and ran that in there. Mac and ass Key, what's going on? Yeah, I'm like, man, his decision making is terrible. Like, You know, dudes with his abilities, they lean on his ability, their ability, and they feel like they can do anything. Nah, bruh. Just how you good on offense, is somebody just as good on defense. They just not a quarterback. They can do everything you do besides throw the ball. But they instincts is more because they got to play against guys like you who throw the ball. So they got to know, you know, when to break on the ball, when to come up for a hit. Say, man, fuck this. This nigga ain't about to throw this ball. Let me go in here and rush him real quick. Let me go in for this tackle. And that pick, it was like the dude came up. He could have tackled him, and then he ran back, tipped the ball, and then somebody else came and intercepted. This shit like on the 2-yard line. I'm like, man, that was fucking terrible. I could have done that. I could have done that. Man, but the Vikings though, man, that I looked up. I'm like, hell no. I'm like, hell no. Come on, Vikings like this? I'm like, nah, CJ, I know y'all not going out like this, but Sam Darnold looked for real, man. I think this is, you know, he had to go a few places to learn some things, and now he looked good. You know, I felt like he wasn't ready coming out of USC. I don't never think any USC quarterbacks be ready. And this is my honest opinion, dog. USC quarterbacks be suck to me, like. And then when they get into the league, they suck. Every USC quarterback we done seen since Matt Leinart suck when it come to the league. What's my boy name? I can't even think of his name. Palmer. There's so many goddamn Palmers though. He was the best one. Carson. He was the best one. Outside of him, everybody else trash. And it looked like Caleb is heading that way too. Know the Titans kicking themselves in the ass after getting rid of Malik Neighbors. After 2 seasons, he comes back to Tennessee and beats your ass. He looked real good. Green Bay got 2 good quarterbacks. That's a good problem to have. So, even though Jordan Love is trying to hurry up and come back, he already know that. You know what I'm saying? I can't miss too much time because young boy right here hungry. Might fuck around and take my spot. And that's what happened to him. That's what made them comfortable to trade away Aaron Rodgers, because they felt like Jordan Love was ready enough. He been sitting around you long enough. Shit, that was the same way they did to Brett Favre when they felt like Aaron Rodgers was ready. Before we go any further, before I got on, I got breaking news about Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush is suing USC, NCAA, and the Pac-12 to seek compensation for past due use of NIL, as he should, and give him everything y'all owe him, since y'all took everything away from him all those years. I got another developing story. DBA football reports Dallas already shopping around for a new head coach. Damn. Ain't looking too good in Big D, pause. Okay, then the rest of that stuff we'll get in to a little later. All right, let's start off with Thursday night football, y'all. I didn't do post game pull up Thursday night or Friday morning because I felt like that game was just so trash, and y'all didn't need me to talk about it. You know, fucking Patriots laid the egg, and every Patriots fan, that I be talking to in the DM, I be telling them like, man, y'all really suck, bro. Like y'all finna see how it feel to lose. Like this is just the beginning for y'all. Y'all like Tom left, y'all made it to the playoffs the next year, right? Y'all won 10 games, y'all snuck in the playoffs, but ever since then, y'all been on a deep decline. Yeah, Pot Lord is. Y'all been on a deep decline, so y'all about to see what Washington went through the last 25 years. But y'all still got good ownership. We had bad ownership, and we had our owner who wanted to stick his nose and shit and do everybody's job. Just like Jerry Jones. You're not gonna win with owners like that. Nigga, you handle everything up there in that booth in that front office, and you let us football people handle this shit down here. All we need you to do is write a check when time permits. But yeah, Jets won 24-3. That was a terrible game, man. That wasn't even fun to watch. From here on out, don't project the Patriots players to do anything. Don't even pick them for less, because once you pick them for less, they'll do more. Don't even pick them at all. Don't even pick them to hit the 0.5 shit that they give y'all, because the niggas might not even play. Chargers and the Steelers. This was one of the games I was watching. It was a tough game. I knew the Steelers was gonna win this one. Justin Herbert was questionable coming into the game. Played, then came out of the game. Then they put in Taylor Heineke. I knew the J.K. Dobbins hype was gonna stop here. I knew he wasn't gonna go over 40 yards. He had 44 yards on 15 carries. Steelers was just tough. Not only did they stop the run, they stopped the pass as well. They Chargers only had 50 yards passing and 60 yards total rushing. 200 yards of total offense. Steelers was going crazy yesterday. So, is it safe to say Russell Wilson will be the backup? Young Justin Herbert, 3-0 so far. Justin Fields, I'm sorry. Justin Fields is 3-0 so far. He was 25 of 32 for 245, a touchdown, an interception. He was sacked twice. He didn't do much running. He had 6 carries for 6 yards. Najee Harris, 18 carries, 7 yards. Cordell Patterson got the ball a few times, 4 rushes for 33 yards. What's up with Jalen Warren this season? Is he ain't looking like Jalen Warren did last year. Jalen Warren last year looked like he was about to take Najee's spot. It's not the case so far. Calvin Austin III had 4 catches for 95 yards and a touchdown. Man, George Pickens ain't the clear number 1, huh? He just can't get right. What's up with it? When you think he's supposed to have a game, there should be a game where him to have a game, somebody else come on. And they in deep, desperate need of wide receiver help. They've been in talks. We've been in talks. Dallas been in talks for number 2 wide receiver, number 1 wide receiver. Who else? A lot of names been thrown out there. Amari Cooper being one of them. I don't think the Steelers got a chance to get Amari Cooper though, because they within a division. But they desperately need wide receiver help. And did y'all hear Jay Glazer tell his story about them trading for Brandon Ayuk? Brandon Ayuk came into camp. He came in early one morning. Came in, talked to Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan said they was trying to call the front office. The front office wasn't answering. Said they was getting the deal done. They was sending him to Pittsburgh that day. And he said they ran upstairs and he told them to hold off on the trade with Pittsburgh. Tell Pittsburgh we'll call them back in an hour. And they told Brandon Ayuk, you either take this contract that we been offering you, or you getting shipped out to Pittsburgh. And he told him, man, this is where I want to be. So that's why he ultimately signed a deal that they been sent him, even though he wanted more money. Yeah. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. He came. That had to be intuition for him to man, like, man, let me go in here and holler at them real quick. Cause boy, that nigga would have got that. He would have got that notification on his phone on his way to the stadium. If he would have waited any longer, that nigga would have to make a U-turn. Let's talk about Minnesota and Houston. Oh man, Houston G. I hate it had to be you. 34-7. It's all right, man. It be like that sometimes. Sam Darnold. I see. Did Sam Darnold end up getting hurt in this game? Chris Perez said Pittsburgh can take him, bro. He ain't the same. Hey, he ain't been to camp. What you expect? He probably didn't do shit. I see he barely getting. Well, he had 5 catches, like 40 yards. But look at Juwan Jennings. Remember, what was that? 3 weeks ago, when I reported, Juwan Jennings tweeted, Brandon Ayuk tweeted, it was a subliminal to Brandon Ayuk saying, "You crazy if you think you did all this by yourself." And look at Juwan Jennings. He looking like the number 2 wide receiver over there, if not the number 1. Shit, Ayuk ain't got to do shit, really. He got his money now. He comfortable. Now, you know, if you want another contract in a couple years or so, you better ball out like you know how. Sam Darnold, 17 of 28, 181, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 4 times. Aaron Jones, 19 carries, 102 yards. Justin Jefferson, 6 catches, 81 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Jones, 5 catches, 46 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Naylor, 3 catches, 31 yards and a touchdown. And Johnny Munn, 1 catch, 2 yards and a touchdown. Man, that boy was giving, you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown. C.J. Stroud, 20 of 31, 215, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, sacked 4 times for 42 yards. God damn. That's damn near 10 yards a sack every time. Yeah, Sam Darnold is a former USC quarterback, but look how long it took him to get to the Sam Darnold that's balling out. He was trash with the Jets. He did all right in Carolina. He didn't even get to see the field in Frisco. Now look at him. Damn, they even brought in Davis Mills. He was 7 of 12, 79 yards. I did see Stephon Diggs throw a pass yesterday for a first down for 13 yards. No running game yesterday. You can see they clearly need Joe Mixon and Dameon Pierce. They didn't have neither one of them yesterday. Ammo, don't say that. He didn't have weapons. He had DJ Moore. He had CMC. He did have weapons. He had what's his name? I don't even know what to call this nigga these days. Robbie Anderson. Stephon Diggs, 10 catches, 94 yards. Nico Collins, 4 catches, 86 yards. And Tank Dell, 5 catches, 62 yards. Man, yeah, you got to bounce back, Scrooston G. Bounce back. You know, all of us got one of these in us. Pause. Bound to happen to everybody. Philadelphia Eagles beat the New Orleans Saints 15-12 in the nail biter. Street Profits said, "HOV, how y'all gonna stop Jamar? You don't. You let Jamar do him and you stop everybody else. You feel me? We not afraid of their run game. We're not afraid. Well, T. Higgins is a threat. We're not afraid of no Mike Gesicki. But you just try to contain Jamar and don't let him do too much. You feel me? You double him, take him out the game, but you shift your focus on everybody else. You know, stop everybody else. We got to put some pressure on Joe Burrow, though. We don't have much of a pass rush. So we activating Jamin Davis today. He's going to play since Cleveland Farrell is out. Cleveland Farrell is the only guy who got a sack on our team. He got 2. I hope y'all lose. We got sorry ass Tiny in there. Tiny and sorry ass Cowboys. Said I hope y'all lose. Shout out my nigga Tiny, man. Shout out Tiny. Shout out Rios. Man, y'all go show some love to Rios, and y'all go watch that Rio's podcast with him and Tiny, man. That's a dope interview right there. But yeah, you let Jamar do him, man, and you try to contain everybody else. You know, don't get beat by everybody else. Derek Carr, 14-25, 142 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked 1 time. I don't know why they couldn't get nothing going, man. They couldn't get nothing going. They kept trying to force the ball to Shaheed, and you know they was doubling him up. Every time you see him, they was breaking the pass up. Alvin Kamara, 26 carries, 87 yards. They had 89 yards total rushing. Nobody else is pretty much a factor. Chris Olave, 6 catches, 86 yards, a touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 3 catches, 40 yards. That's it. Mason Tipton, 2 catches, 11 yards. Dog, they don't even give Juwan Johnson the ball at all. I don't know what's going on. Saints don't get they tight ends involved unless it's Foster Moreau. Jalen Hurts, 29-38, 311. No touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked 4 times. Jalen Hurts had 8 carries for 25 yards. Saquon, 17 carries for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging 8.5 yards per carry. Y'all, I traded Saquon Barkley too in fantasy, man. I needed a tight end so bad. I traded Saquon Barkley and Brandon Ayuk because Brandon Ayuk ain't gave me shit for Sam Laporta, Brian Robinson Jr., and Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison did his thing. Sam Laporta ended up getting hurt yesterday, and I got Brian Robinson playing tonight. Yeah, man, Sam Laporta ain't did shit, man. But ain't no tight ends. Like I said earlier, no tight ends done nothing yet. Ain't no tight ends just balling like that. You see Isaiah Likely had that one game and he ain't did shit yet. Tiny said, how you throw for 300 yards and no touchdown hurts equal basic cable. Tiny, I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that because you always calling him basic cable, and it's starting to show. He's figured out. You feel me? Everybody got him figured out. And yesterday, all you got to do is send a blitz to this dude. Send the whole everything but the kitchen sink. Send that shit to him, and this nigga's gonna panic. He's gonna panic. Dallas Goedert had a game, though. Dallas Goedert, the only tight end that had a game. 10 catches, 170 yards. You feel me? You can use that. My fantasy owners. Devontae Smith, 7 catches, 79 yards before he got put out. Did y'all see that too? The dude put him out, spit on him? That shit fucked up, huh? That's dirty. Like, I'm cool with the dirt, the shit talking and the hitting, the aggressiveness of the game, but that's just nasty to spit on a nigga too after you done knocked him out. That's crazy. Hey, to my Eagle fans that's in here, thank y'all for the 3rd round pick. Thank y'all for the 3rd round pick, man. We traded y'all 1st round pick Jahan Dotson, and he ain't did shit for y'all. 2 catches for 8 yards. Last week he had 1 catch for like 7 yards. The week before that he had like 1 catch for 7 yards. Equals trash. Trash. Now I see why we got rid of him. Me, I wouldn't harbor no hard feelings. I rather would have kept Montez Sweat than to keep a nigga like him who can't get open. I ain't played on a football field in 16 years, and I can get out there and make sure that little nigga don't get off the line. And I'm calling him a little nigga. He probably 2 inches taller than me, but he a little nigga. You feel me? That's why we got rid of him. He got trouble getting off the line. Denver Broncos. Shout out to my nigga Drebo, my cousin DJ, and all my other Bronco fans out there. Y'all did what we couldn't do. Yeah, that was a fumble, Tiny. That was a fumble. Bo Nix still haven't thrown for a touchdown pass yet, but he didn't turn the ball over yesterday, and he didn't get sacked yesterday. He was 25 of 36 for 216. He ran the ball 9 times for 47 yards, got a touchdown. Tyler Batty, 9 carries, 70 yards. Whoever the fuck that is. I'm like, dude, who is all these other running backs? Where the fuck is Javonte at? Javonte Williams only had 5 carries for 12 yards. Jaleel McLaughlin, 5 carries for 7 yards and a touchdown. And y'all see that juke move he gave for? It's on my story. Y'all see that weak ass, slow ass 1-2? That wasn't even a juke. It wasn't a It was a and broke a nigga down for a touchdown. That shit was so slow. But damn. I'm like, man, that shit was so slow. Broke that nigga down. Cortland Sutton, 7 catches, 68 yards. Lil Jordan Humphrey, 6 catches, 37 yards. Tampa Bay, man. Y'all beat Tampa Bay. They beat our ass first week. We was out there looking like we never practiced during the whole fucking summer. They had us looking, but y'all had them figured out. But y'all got Pat Surtain. We the worst secondary in the league. Baker Mayfield, 25 of 33 for 163. How you throw the ball 25 times for only 163? 5 yards per pass. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, sacked 7 times. There you go. Bucky Irvin, 9 rushes for 70 yards. Rashad White, 6 carries for 17 yards. He's not much of a rusher. You might as well put that dude in the slot or something. He's a receiving back, but you probably need to put him in on 3rd downs, dog. He ain't it. I don't think I've seen this dude exceed over 70 yards rushing not one time. Chris Godwin looking like Chris Godwin at old. I told y'all, 6 catches, 53 yards, and a tug. Cade Otton, 7 catches, 47 yards. Mike Evans, 2 catches for 17 yards. Rashad White, 5 catches, 18 yards. Denver was bringing that pressure. Green Bay and the Tennessee Titans. Malik Willis, 13 to 19, 200 yards, a touchdown, no picks, sacked 3 times. He also led the Packers in rushing, 6 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Emmanuel Wilson, 12 carries, 50 yards. Josh Jacobs, 14 carries, 43 yards. Damn, who the hell is Emmanuel Wilson? Damn, where's Marshawn? What's his name? Is it Lloyd? USC? Yeah, Wilson, he had a touchdown. That was a passing touchdown, though. That was his that was a passing touchdown. Marshawn Lloyd, right? That's who they drafted, right? And then A.J. Dillon is on IR. So maybe this one a practice squad player that got bumped up. Christian Watson, 2 catches, 67 yards. Jaden Reed, 4 catches, 50 yards. I see why I seen what's his name in the waiver pool, Christian Watson in a waiver pool, and I'm like, I wonder why. I'm like, Christian Watson, he wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 over there, right? But when you get shit like this, and then you got Jaden Reed, he get carries, he get passes, he get punt returns, all that shit. I think it's a wide receiver by committee over there in Green Bay. Will Levis. Will Levis, 26 to 34, 260, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, sacked 8 times, 56 yards. Tony Pollard, 6 carries, 14 yards. Tajay Spears, 2 carries, 7 yards. There it is right there. Not much of a run game. Based off the pass, they try to let Will Levis beat them, and they got the best of Will Levis. D-Hop has 6 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Tajay Spears, 4 catches, 54 yards. And Josh Wild, 4 catches, 43 yards. Calvin Ridley, 1 catch, 9 yards. Calvin Ridley was shut down by Jair Alexander. And he even had a pick 6 to add insult to injury. New York Giants beat the Cleveland Browns 21 to 15. Daniel Jones, 24-34, 236, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 2 times. Truth hurts. Is that a Chiefs fan? Devin Singletary, 16 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown. Hey, y'all better go get y'all better go get him if y'all can in y'all fantasy. You know what to do, Street Profit. So Tiny asks who my top 5 teams right now in order. Let me tell you right now. All right, so in order. Yeah, because I really don't want to talk about these Giants and Browns. That game's weak. Sean Watson is weak. So, I mean, we got to give it to the Chiefs. They 3-0. You know, you got to really beat the Chiefs to not have the referees involved. You can't make it a close game with them, or the referee's going to help them win. You got to beat the brakes off of them to where there's no denying it. This game is a wrap. So you got to go Chiefs, even though they're not even looking like Chiefs. They're not even in mid-season form yet. So you got to go Chiefs. Chiefs is number 1. Minnesota Vikings, number 2. Minnesota out here whooping feet. Going Minnesota, number 2. I'm going New Orleans Saints, number 3. Even though they lost yesterday, I'm still going Saints. Buffalo Bills, number 4. I'm going Bills 4. Then I'm going Seahawks, number 5. Going Seahawks, number 5. Steelers, I got right outside of it. Please don't say Steelers they front runner. Nah, you ain't gotta have the Steelers. Steelers is not wowing you. They barely winning, dog. Steelers won last week. What was the score? 13-6 or something? $13-6. That's not impressive. And then you beat up the Broncos. The Broncos ain't throw a passing touchdown yet. The game before that, y'all played the Falcons. That game wasn't impressive. Y'all barely got past the Falcons on that one. Defense been carrying Pittsburgh. It's gonna come to them divisional games where we're gonna see the real Pittsburgh. Where the defense gonna get scored on and y'all offense ain't gonna give y'all no points. You see, I just said Jalen Warren ain't getting the ball. Pickens is not the clear number 1. Y'all got somebody else. Goddamn Calvin Austin, whoever the hell that is. They 3-0 though. It's good shit. You know, y'all finding ways to win, but we all know that shit gonna come to an end soon. We talked about the Colts pretty much and the Bears. Colts beat the Bears 16-21. Both quarterback play looking like trash. We talked with Rios when Rios was in here. We talked about Carolina smacking the Raiders 36-22. These dudes couldn't even score the first 2 weeks. Let's look at Carolina's score first 2 weeks. They had 3 points last week. The week before that, they had 10 points. One quarterback change, they got 36 points. Golly. And nobody better to put it up against but the Raiders. Seahawks smacked the Dolphins 24-3. Damn, I know MN hurt. That's why he was over there talking shit to you, Tiny, because his team got smacked. I didn't know that. This is one game that I didn't look at. This is one game I didn't look at. I didn't know they got beat that bad. Golly. He said Seahawks are pretenders too. I mean, you can say that. You can say that. I mean, they barely won last week against the Patriots. And Patriots, we all see what the Patriots looking like. They beat the Broncos first week too. We all know what the Broncos look like the last 2 weeks. But I think they all right though. We'll see once they start playing within their division. You know, their division banged up right now. So if they got in division games early, they better capitalize. He said he low-key served me with the dude the overall. Nigga had his titties out at the game, nigga, with his overalls down. Like, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of this shit. Yeah, and they doing this without Kenneth Walker, man. You feel me? JSN is trying to insert his way in being that wide receiver too. I mean, but that's a good problem to have. You got fucking DK, you got JSN, you got old man Lockett, and you still winning games without Kenneth Walker. Dallas Cowboys, them boys, and the Ravens. See, so this game right here, I was really fixated on because, you know, Dallas was 1-1. Ravens was 0-2. Ravens never been 0-2 since Lamar been over there. Like they playing at Jerry's World. This should be a good one. Let's see how this go. You know. All right, see you later, baby. Dallas was looking so pathetic, man. First half. They was looking so pathetic. And this is not, I'm taking my bias out of this. This is just as a spectator. As a spectator, watching Dallas is like, damn, these niggas can't do shit. Y'all can't run the ball for shit. Y'all barely can pass the ball on them guys in the first half. It seemed like Brandon Aubrey is all of y'all offense. Without him kicking 65-yarders, y'all didn't have a goddamn chance. And shout out to Lamar knowing not to give y'all that ball back, because all y'all got to do is get to the goddamn 45 or the 50, and that nigga's going to boot the shit out that ball, bro. He's what Justin Tucker used to be. But y'all paid all that money for Dak, and Dak is not delivering. You know, y'all paid CD. Y'all could have paid these dudes early. Y'all could have paid these dudes earlier before everybody else got their contracts to, you know, boost the numbers up. And y'all could have went and signed with Derrick Henry. Back when we had numbers on the board, Tiny, you was saying you wanted Derrick Henry. I want Henry. And y'all had the chance to get him. I didn't know Derrick Henry stayed in Dallas. I didn't know that he trains in Dallas. How the fuck y'all not go and get him? Now look at y'all run game. You feel me? Y'all had... Let me get to it. Rico Dowdle averaged 4 yards a carry. He had 8 carries for 32 yards. The next person is Dak Prescott with 7 yards. Zeke got the ball 3 times. He only had 6 yards. Deuce Vaughn, 2 carries, 5 yards. This is not gonna get it done. Y'all can't even control time of possessions with this. Dak threw the ball 51 times. So you can't run the ball down 21-3. Yes, you can. It's a whole lot of football left. You got to control the clock. You don't want Lamar to get it and they can run it up on you again. All them niggas fast over there. You don't want to do that. You can run the ball. Run the ball. Get a short touchdown. Boom. That's 21-10. Play some solid defense. Y'all can't stop the run for shit neither. Neither can y'all run. Y'all can't stop the run. And y'all didn't have no pressure. This nigga Lamar Jackson did not get sacked yesterday. Got y'all boys over there fighting on the sideline. Them niggas over there fighting. Lamar Jackson threw the ball 15 times. Out of 15 dropbacks, no sacks. Derrick Henry. He made y'all pay for not signing him. Tiny, answer this. Do you see y'all re-signing Michael Parsons? I think he's being a little bit too vocal with little to no production. Damn. Derrick Henry, 25 carries, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lamar, 14 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown. Justice Hill was, even when he was getting the ball, he was bussing. 5 carries, 33 yards. Dak, 28 of 51, 379 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, sacked 3 times. Dak ass was getting pressured though. Jake Ferguson was the best receiver, 6 for 95 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 4 catches for 67. Kevontae Turpin had a touchdown on 51 yards. Jalen Tolbert had a touchdown. Everybody else getting it done except for the stars who getting paid. You know, it take a little minute for CD to get going, but you know not CD, but Dak. And we see this all the time when Dak fall behind. You know, that hurry up offense, you know what I'm saying, stat pattern type shit, garbage time stats. We see this from Dak all the time. That 379 don't look like the 379 when you watch that whole entire game. And this is just me spectating. This is not no Cowboys hate or nothing. This is just me watching. It's like, nigga, how y'all falling so behind so early? What's the difference between this Cowboys defense from last year's Cowboys defense? Y'all didn't give up no points the first 2 games. But this season, it's a different story. So is it Dan Quinn? Let me know something. Because our defense ain't looking like Dallas defense. And of course, we don't have Dallas players neither. Shit just don't make sense to me, man. It's another game I was watching. Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Lions. I will be in Arizona this weekend to watch my Commanders play the Cardinals. Can't wait to go to that stadium and see what it's like. Y'all know I do stadium tours. I don't know what it could be. I mean, they was praising Mike Zimmer defense after the first game, but then I ain't heard nothing about Mike Zimmer defense since. This was a good game. It was a good battle. Man, oh man, they need to do something about Aiden Hutchinson, man. That dude is a beast. That dude is a beast. Jared Goff was 18 of 23 for 199, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 2 sacks. Dave Montgomery ran for 105 and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs ran for 83 yards. He also had the hook and ladder touchdown from St. Brown. St. Brown went off yesterday, 7 catches, 75 yards in the tub. So they don't credit that a carry or a catch for Jahmyr Gibbs. It's just a 20-yard touchdown, which is crazy. Damn, I didn't even know the Lions had Tim Patrick. Kyler Murray, 21 to 34, 207, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 sack. He should have had more interceptions. That dude was just launching the ball, forcing it to Marvin Harrison Jr. You feel me? It was crazy, man. Shout out to what's my guy name for Kirby Joseph. It seemed like he was damn near on every pass attempt. He ended up getting him an interception too, with Kyler Murray forcing it to Marvin Harrison Jr. But he got to do better. I know he's short. He can't look over the line. He as soon as he say hike, he got to scramble so he can see. But I feel like his passes got too much air up under it. Like it allows the defender to get back and make a play on the ball. Feel me? It could just be me. But I know Kyler Murray a good quarterback and all that shit, and I know he gonna give us trouble next week too. I pray to God he don't carve us up. But to me, it seemed like he forces a lot too, and they was bringing pressure on him too, so that don't help. Kyler Murray was the leading rusher yesterday too for Arizona, 5 carries, 45 yards. James Conner had 9 carries for only 17 yards. Trey Benson had 2 carries for 8 yards. Marvin Harrison, 5 catches, 64 yards and a touchdown. Michael Wilson, 8 catches, 64 yards. Yeah, it wasn't much offense going on in this one for Arizona, but I'm sure it'll be a different story playing against us next week. Hopefully we get our players back and we look better. We got some cohesiveness. I hope we have some cohesiveness going into tonight's game. Let me see. And last but not least, the Rams and the 49ers. All right, so this game I was keeping my eye on. I was watching the Cardinals and the Lions. I was watching the Ravens and the Cowboys. And I was watching, what's the other game I was watching? Oh, it was this one. And 49ers was up for most of the whole game. And I'm like, all right, we already knew. I called this shit the handicap game because Rams, all they besides Kyron Williams, all their best players is on IR. 49ers players is out. Debo, Kittle, CMC. I'm like, shit, this shit the handicap bowl. Like, let's see who gonna win this. And the 49ers was up damn near the whole game. Pun ass was quiet. Then once they start marching, and you see them coming back and they was making it a game, that's when you start hearing pun. But let me say this, Juwan Jennings went the fuck off, though. It seemed like every time you looked around, he made a play. Juwan Jennings looking like that dude. If I'm somebody who needs a number 2 wide receiver right now or a number 1, I will call San Francisco right now. What you want for him? I'll give you a 3rd round for him right now. I'll give you a 4th round for him right now. Because that dude looks like he's ready. He looked like he wants Brandon Ayuk's job. Brandon Ayuk, this was supposed to be your coming out party this year, bro. Everybody that you are behind far as target shares did not play this game. This was your game. You the 4th option on this team. No Debo. You ain't got Debo running. You ain't got Debo catching. You don't got Kittle. You don't got CMC running. You ain't got CMC catching the ball. This was supposed to be your game. And what you give? Lousy ass 5 receptions, 48 yards. You did that last week. Step up, nigga. So you mean to tell me how we traded for you, this was what you was going to give us? Glad we didn't. And I'm glad we didn't trade for you because we was going to have to pay you. And this was what we was going to get? We could have kept motherfucking Jahan Dotson for some shit like this. Brock Purdy was 22 out of 30, 292. 3 touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked once. Jordan Mason, Man, this is a good running back too, man. This is a good backup to have. 19 carries, 77 yards. Purdy even ran for 40 yards. Juwan Jennings, 11 catches, 175 yards, 16 yards per catch, 3 touchdowns. All the Purdy touchdowns went to Juwan Jennings. Crazy. Crazy. Outside of that, outside of Jennings and Ayuk, that's pretty much it for the 49ers. Let's see how the Rams came back and win. Who contribute? I know Kyron Williams was going crazy. Shout out my boy One Take Ocho. I beat his ass yesterday in fantasy because Kyron Williams went off. Between Kyron Williams and Saquon Barkley, that's what helped me win yesterday. Matthew Stafford, 16 out of 25, 221, a touchdown, sacked 3 times. Kyron Williams, 24 carries, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tutu Atwell, 4 catches, 93 yards. Kyron Williams, 2 catches, 27 yards, and a touchdown. Stafford, only touchdown pass came from Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams went off. You might as well say this was the Kyron Williams show. They're going to need more production out of their receivers going forward, though. But that's going to do it for Week 2 recap. Y'all know every team so far this year has held a lead in the game, except for the fucking Miami Dolphins. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. The Dolphins ain't held a lead all season. Don't they got one game though, right? They won one game. Oh, they saying in game. Only team hasn't held a in-game lead so far this season is the Miami Dolphins. Everybody else have. That's crazy. All right, so y'all, I got a list. Everybody team. If you're still watching, I still got y'all attention in here. Jules NFL 2 said them Steelers though. Steelers doing their thing though. I'm not hating. So y'all know the latest team. Yeah, Dolphins won that game last minute. Okay, game winning shit, huh? So y'all know my team was the last team that was sold. So we sold a little bit over $6 billion. Before that, it was Denver Broncos with 4.6 back in 2022. We sold last year. Before that, it was Carolina in 2018 for $2.2 billion. Miami 2008 $1.1 billion. Number 6, Broncos 1.5, well 1.05 in 2012. Number 7, Jacksonville in 2011 for $760 million. Number 8 was the Rams for $750 million in 2010. 2009. Number 9, I'm sorry. Houston Texans, $700 million in 1999. So that's when they purchased the team. The team didn't come into the league till what, 01, 02? You know, they purchased the franchise team, the expansion team. And then, they had to do all the other shit, trademarks, trademarks and all that other good shit. So to come about, that took a couple years. And then, boom, I want to say they had to, outside of their draft, they had to take a couple players from each team and put them on that team. Number 10, New York Jets, back in 2000, $635 million. Number 11 was the Minnesota Vikings, $600 million, back in 2005. 12, Baltimore Ravens, in 2000, 600 million. 13, Atlanta Falcons, 2002, 554 million. 14, Seattle Seahawks, 1997, 194 million. God damn, look at that jump. Look at that jump. Falcons, 545 million. Then it jumps down to 194 million. Buccaneers, number 15, 192 million back in 1995. Number 16, Philadelphia Eagles, 185 million back in 1994. 17, New England Patriots, 172 million back in 1994. Number 18, the Dallas Cowboys, back in 1989, 140 million. That's what Jerry paid. Now it's another big drop off, 140 million. Number 19, San Diego Chargers, 1984, 70 million. New Orleans Saints, number 20, 70 million. Back in 1985. It's another big drop off. Number 21, Indianapolis Colts, 1972, 15 million. 22, San Francisco 49ers, 1977, 13 million. 23, Cincinnati Bengals, 1967, 8 million. Detroit Lions, number 24, 1964, 5 million. Here comes another drop off, y'all. The Raiders, number 25, 1966. It's when Al Davis purchased the Raiders for $180,000, y'all. That's crazy. 5 million to 180,000. 26, Arizona Cardinals, 1932, $50,000. That team's so bad, don't nobody even want to own it. They said 1932, nigga. It's about to be 100. It's about to be 100 years in 8 years, nigga. God damn. Nobody want to buy this team? Nigga, 50,000. Just think, the last owner buying it for 50,000, and you gonna have to buy it for some billions. That's crazy. Number 27, the Tennessee Titans, back in 1959, 25K. The Kansas City Chiefs is 28 for 25K back in 1960. Man, y'all want to hear this next one? Another big drop off, y'all. I can buy this shit right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers. It's number 29, y'all. Back in 1933, they purchased the team for $2,500. $2,500. Oh my God, get a load of this next one. Number 30, back in 1925, the fucking New York Giants bought the team for $500. The Chicago Bears, back in 1920, $100. Number 32 is Green Bay. You know that's owned by the city, the community. You can actually buy shares into Green Bay. You feel me? I don't know what you get out of it. I know they send you like a cute package of memorabilia and some shit here and there when you do that. I don't think you get no money out of it. Nigga, Chicago, $100. $100, $500, $2,500. That's crazy. Just wanted to give y'all a little fun fact on all that. All right, y'all. Let's get into some fantasy shit, man. Worst fantasy football lineup. Anthony Richardson, man. Like we said earlier, give you 5 points. Ramondre Stevenson, 0.3. James Conner, 3.5. Calvin Ridley, 1.9. Rashid Shaheed gave me a big fat donut yesterday. Mark Andrews, big fat donut. Jamison Williams, 1.2. Kaim Fairbairn, a donut. Missed the kick yesterday, only had an extra point. And then the Cowboys defense, -6. Yeah, man, it's terrible right now for fantasy. What hurts is these games gonna count against you later on in the season, even though nobody is at peak form yet. Nobody's in mid-season form yet. We talked about the tight ends over and over and over again, but the wide receivers ain't that much better. You got one to have a game here, one to have a game here, and then there'll be a big drop-off. So, just be patient. Just be patient. I should have kept Saquon Barkley a little longer. I probably would have won this week had I did that. But I'm not losing yet. Even though the dude I'm playing against got Joe Burrow and Mike Gesicki, I still got Brian Robinson Jr. So I'm hoping I'm up by 2 points. So I'm praying that we can hold Joe Burrow to little to nothing and Brian Robinson go the fuck off today. I'm not worried about Mike Gesicki too much. I just hope he don't get a touchdown. But yeah. He said, yeah, it's over. Hey, I can wish. No, it ain't over. It ain't over. You think it's over, dog. Let me tell you. You think it's over. Let me tell you. You see how much this nigga gave me. I'm up by 2 points. Don't think no quarterback. This is not no ESPN league. This is CBS. Nigga, Derek Carr gave me 6 points yesterday. 6 points. He had Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary had 8 points. So it can happen. It can definitely happen. But yeah, man, I'm going to get out of here because I got to get ready to go see my son play. Once he play, I got to get ready to see the good guys play. I got us winning tonight, 24-21. Y'all pray for my Commanders because we need it. I just hope they don't embarrass us on Monday night. You know, Monday night ain't been our thing for the past 25 years. Why? Y'all know why. I ain't got to say. We wasn't winning shit when Dan Snyder was here. But, yeah, we're going to talk about it tomorrow, though. Shout out Street Profit, man. I appreciate you, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button on the way out. We're going to be here tomorrow because we're going to have to talk about, tonight's game. And, there's going to be more news to come out throughout today. While we streaming this, while we live right now. There's going to be more shit coming out later. Yeah, so be here tomorrow. Smash that like button. Share. Send this shit to somebody. Yeah, we're going to get out of here. Y'all.